There you go. So it was a not guilty, and I think we anticipated that. Judge Karp, very thoughtful decision, and I think we talked about prior after the closings that ultimately he was going to have to find that there was intent there, and there just wasn't that. The Commonwealth did not present the evidence to show that Kelsey had any intent to point that gun at Officer Noonan. And, likewise, he pointed out what we had talked about earlier as well, or what I talked about last night, which is that both officers testified credibly. And when you have that kind of testimony coming in and you believe them both, again, I believe that Officer Noonan um, believed what he said, that he saw the gun and believed it was being pointed at him. I do believe, though, because of the familiarity between the two, that there was a brief moment, and I credit Kelsey's testimony, that he left her unattended and she was able to get her gun in order to attempt to kill herself. And I think that that was really the moment where she was able to get the opportunity. She obviously tried to take her own life. She failed at that gratefully. But at the end of the day, you have two officers. I think I would have, I'm not the Commonwealth. I don't, I'm not trying to say that the prosecutor did not do a good job, obviously, but I did not think it was a good strategy to discredit either of these officers. Again, we have a woman who's in a mental health crisis, law enforcement officer. We have a law enforcement officer helping a woman law enforcement officer in a mental health crisis. There is no bad person here. And again, we did not hear anger from Kelsey towards Officer Noonan, and I think that's really important. She did not testify to that. She understood that because she had taken the gun, she knew there was a threat, and that's why she was trying to get rid of everybody. And she never wanted to put that on Officer Noonan. So I think this was the just decision. I think Judge Karp did a phenomenal job reading that verdict, and I hope that Officer Noonan is able to go back and watch Kelsey's testimony with some grace. Likewise, she got to see Officer Noonan testify and heard, what I suspect is a lot of fear and, probably anger that he absolutely was put in that position. I don't think that he's the bad guy in that sense. And